Can you eliminate your property tax soon? Florida just proposed it. Is property tax-free real estate coming to you, though? If you're a homeowner, you might now anticipate saving thousands in lost tax dollars every year, even saving over $10,000 a year in high tax areas. Stick around, because besides answering that, I'll also tell you about the gigantic money shifts that would surely take place beyond your massive tax savings. Hi, I'm Keith Weinhold, Get Rich Education founder and Forbes Real Estate Council member. You can soon meet me in person on a cruise ship. More on that later today. Property tax's sharpest critics say you have to get rid of it because homeowners basically just endlessly rent their house from the government and the rent goes up every single year. Yeah, it's like forever rent that you have to pay. What's even worse is the amount of property tax that you pay is based on your homes or perhaps apartment buildings market value. Well, because the government prints so much money and creates inflation, that pumps up all the housing values, many of which are basically fake inflated gains, and then your property tax goes up on this phantom gain. We have really seen that over the last 5 years. Plus, of course, each full dollar that you earn from your work right now is already taxed, say, down to just having 70 cents left over, and then your 70 cents is further whittled down by property tax and all the other taxes that you have to pay out of that. Currently, all 50 states have a property tax. The ones with the deep purple pay the highest rate as a percent of their income. That's Texas and the Northeast, where they're upwards of 4%, even more than 5% of your income every year. And if you don't pay this every single year until you die, the government will repossess your house from you. Almost 5 million Americans lose their home every year, many of them to this tax foreclosure. In the US, the property owner pays the property tax, but effectively renters do too, because the landlord passes it along to them. All right, well, can we end the property tax? Former presidential candidates like Ron Paul and Herman Cain have proposed it. Texas has discussed it a lot. But now, amidst the presidential administration that's shaking up federal policies all over the place, more state and local governments, they're becoming emboldened with new ideas too. Florida has recently proposed eliminating the property tax. And like falling dominoes, if this gets abolished in one state, it increases the chances that more will follow. And Florida's a big state, the third largest state in population. Their governor, Ron DeSantis, came out and said, taxing land and property is the more oppressive and ineffective form of taxation. Now let me tell you why he says that before we look at the chances that your property tax will be eliminated, or anyone's will. DeSantis says it's oppressive because, see, you can personally dodge your income tax by making your paycheck smaller. Although that might not be desirable, you could. You can surely avoid sales tax by consuming less, but see, there's no escape from property tax. That's the oppression that Governor DeSantis is referring to. Let me tell you where we're at with eliminating the property tax, and then what the absolutely titanic impacts of this would be. First, go ahead and put a like on the video if you like how I'm breaking it down for you. Really appreciate the like. DeSantis says property taxes are local, not state, so we'd need to do a constitutional amendment which requires 60% of voters to approve to eliminate them, which he supports. Even to reform or lower them, here we go. We should put the boldest amendment on the ballot that has a chance of getting that 60%. So that's what it's going to take to eliminate property tax. Now, here's what I think would happen if they were eliminated, and this gets really interesting. First, home affordability would massively improve, skyrocketing values. So many more people could afford the lowered monthly payment without property tax, making prices soar, especially values of lower priced to median priced homes. They're the ones that make the best rental properties. Next, rents would stay stable. Landlords would do little or nothing to drop them. I mean, hey, that's just how society and economies work. When people are already used to paying a certain price for something. Also, population influx to the area. It already works for states in attracting residents that have zero state income tax. The same would be true for property tax, especially in the beginning before this settles in and home prices soar. Also, retiree financial relief would take place, those on fixed incomes. Governments could not reduce spending proportionately, though I don't have any faith in that. So they'd have to get their income from somewhere else. And shifting away from property tax over to sales tax, that would hurt the poor the most. For example, in Florida's case, it's been studied and discovered that they'd have to increase their sales tax from the current 6% up to 12% to maintain the same services. And finally, wealth inequality widens, that gap between the rich and the poor, because the property owners benefit the most. Those are the big effects. But look, eliminating property tax means we need to find another way to pay for schools and roads and parks and local services like police officers and emergency responders. If the tax were merely shifted away from local government towards state and especially federal government, well then local control would be lost. So that's an undesirable side effect. What do you think? Should we abolish the property tax? Does that excite you? Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Hey, you are invited to join me in person at the greatest investing event I've ever attended. It is the Real Estate Guys Investor Summit at Sea. I'm returning as a faculty member. Most of my fellow faculty members are names you'll recognize. They've been guests on the channel here or over on our audio podcast. It is June 20th to 29th, and none of us on the faculty are paid anything to attend and teach. I just want to be there because I know what a great time it is from when I was there before. This is definitely not your typical conference. It is life-changing. We spend 2 days on land in Miami and then 7 days aboard a luxury cruise ship with sunshine and breezes. You'll enjoy an all-you-can-eat buffet of world-class educators, roundtable discussions, high-level investing insights, mingling with the all-star faculty, island excursions, beach time, and more. You can request dinner with me, but you'll bump into me a lot anyway during the learning sessions. And I'm doing a 1-hour presentation. I expect to serve on some panels and more. The Summit at Sea attracts highly successful investors and entrepreneurs from across the world, but your most indelible impression will actually be made by the like-minded friends that you'll probably make. The event isn't cheap, but neither are you. You can learn more about it and register at the link below. I'd love to meet you in person. We've explored future property tax relief. Will mortgage rates fall soon? An expert and I discuss it in this short video right here.